What's up, y'all? It's your girl Mika Chanel back with another edition of Mika Chanel Is Just Saying. Tonight I am coming to you with all my natural glory. I took my crochets out last night and I haven't decided when I'm going to get them redone. So I think I might twist my hair up this weekend and just rock my twist for a while. Anyways, enough about my hair. So tonight we are talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 5. Episode 9. Now, for some reason, I thought that they started the same week as the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I guess they're a week behind the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But anyways, so the episode starts off with Lisa Vanderpump. She's like, I don't know, she's coming home from somewhere. Her house is just gorgeous. I just can never get over like the panoramic view of like air, the sky view, whatever you call it, like of everybody's houses, you know what I'm saying, when they go to the next person or the next scene or whatever. I mean, like, the sky view of the houses are just gorgeous, you know what I mean? Anyways, so yeah, so she's coming back from somewhere, I don't know, and she's complaining about her shoes, I guess, were hurting her. It looked like she had on some Louboutins. And, so anyway, so then her housekeeper, Rosia, I think is her name, she was just like, oh, I love your shoes. They're so cute. And Lisa's like, well, yeah, I guess they might end up in your closet soon because I don't like them. And I'm like, really? I don't know why that offended me, but it did. Anyways, so she calls her son, and her son Max, he's like 22. I don't know if I blogged about that episode when he brought his girlfriend home. His girlfriend is a little older than him. His girlfriend is like about 35, I think, something like that. Which I'm 35, but I'm not old, but I'm damn sure a little too old for a 22-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially a serious relationship with a 22-year-old. That's kind of weird, right? Plus, I think he's gay. Like, not even like trying to be funny. I mean, it's serious. Like, I thought that the boy was gay this whole time. Like, it's not that he's been on the show that often. Like, her kids are, well, they were like off in school or whatever. So it's not like they are on the show that often. But, I mean, I always thought the boy was gay. But I guess he's not. So, whatever. Anyway, so she was just basically talking about how he's been having some trouble lately. He he decided he didn't want to go to school anymore, and he decided to, just work full time. So they gave him a job at one of their restaurants, sir. And but she's like, if you're not going to go to school, I'm not paying your way. So though they did, buy his house, or I don't know if they bought his house or if they're renting it for him or whatever, but they're not like going to pay his household bills and buy his cars and insurance and things like that. So he has to work for it or whatever. So they were just kind of talking about, why he doesn't have the get up and go, like the rest of the family or whatever. And he said something about being lazy. And Lisa's like, no, I don't think you're lazy because you get up and go to work 5 days a week. That's not being lazy. You just aren't, what did she say? She said he's not motivated. But I think she used another word. She just said something about he's just not, basically saying he's not motivated or whatever. He needs to just get up and do it or whatever. But that's kind of how that scene ended. We're going to see more of them later in the episode. In the next scene, you see Kyle and all of her family, Kyle, Mauricio, and their girls. They arrive in Tucson, Arizona, which is where Kyle's second daughter, Alexia, is going to be starting college. And Kyle's so dramatic about the girl going away to college. And she's just really having a hard time. I guess her kids have kind of been her whole life for so long, and she's been a mom for so long. I mean, she's like in her 40s, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's in her early 40s. But like, she became a mom when she was like, I think 18 or 19. So, that's a long time to be a mom and to be dedicated to your kids. So I can kind of see, because I know I got a long time before my daughter goes away, but I miss her. Even when she goes to spend a night with somebody, I miss her a lot. So, I can understand it, but she was just a little overboard. She was very extra. Now, I love me some Kyle, okay? But she was just very, very extra in this episode, and how sad she was about Alexia going, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't even going far, you know what I'm saying? Like, Yolanda's daughter's going all the way to New York. Her daughter is only going to Arizona. It's not even that far, you know? Like, I don't know. There's nothing going on in Arizona. She's gonna be okay. Anyways, the thing that I've noticed in this scene, though, is that Alexia and Kyle both had on the same type of outfit. It was like different patterns, but it was the same type of like a, what you call those? A romper, a shorts romper or whatever. Which is Kyle's go-to outfit. She loves, and you know what? I think she turned me on to the jumpsuits, because she always has the jumpsuits, and they look, some of them look cute on her, some of them don't. But then I decided to start trying the jumpsuits, and I learned that jumpsuits are like the best thing for my body shape, so my body type. So, you know, I've been wearing a lot of jumpsuits. So thank you, Kyle, for introducing me to the jumpsuits, even though they don't always look good on you. But I'm just looking at Alexia. I'm like, do you really want to start dressing like your mama? Because your mama doesn't always have the, you know, she's not always winning the best dress contest, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Kyle, you know, love her to death, but she just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes she could, you know, use a stylist. Anyway, so, Kyle just talks in her interview about how she regrets not going to college, and you know, I guess her mom didn't push her to go to college because she already had her career started. She was acting or whatever, and shortly after she graduated high school, she was married and had her daughter, so her oldest daughter, Farrah. So I guess, you know, she was saying that she wanted to be she thinks she would have been a good lawyer, because I guess that's what she would have gone to school for if she would have gone away to college or whatever. I'm like, girl, you know, you were not thinking about college back then. You know what I'm saying? You were making money. You were living the dream. You were probably doing things that most teenagers never get to do, because you were, you know what I'm saying, bringing money into the house. So you probably, you know what I'm saying, made up your own rules. So, girl, you know, you were not thinking about going to college. Then in the next scene, you move to Yolanda, and she is sending her daughter Bella off to college in New York. You see them, they arrive with this big old moving truck and everything. Like, when one of Yolanda's kids goes away to school, I mean, she hooks them up, okay? She gets the whole apartment decked out. She got little cutesy little things she wants to hang on the wall. She's like doing arts and crafts for like 6 months before they go away to college, so that they'll know how much she loves them or whatever. And it's cute. It's really cute. It's kind of annoying, sickening sometimes, because I don't know, it's just a little overboard, I think, but it's still cute that, you know what I'm saying, she shows her daughters how much she loves them, and you know, they know I mean, I'm sure they feel good about it. But she doesn't seem like an overbearing mom, so that's really good. Like, she seems like she's in their life, but she's not overbearing. But I don't know, she may be. Both of her daughters are models, and she used to be a model, so I mean, I don't know if that's a coincidence or if that's something she kind of pushed them towards. Who knows? But anyway, she just talks about how she's excited for her daughter and excited, you know, to be setting up her apartment and everything, but she's a little concerned because, you know, Bella got the DUI in the, you know, like episode, I don't know, maybe episode 3 or something like that. She ended up getting a DUI or whatever. So she's a little concerned about that, and concerned with, you know, how responsible Bella's going to be. But she's, you know, she's like, you know, that's her daughter. She's going to have faith that she did the right thing as a mother, and, you know what I'm saying, you got to let them go at some point. You can't hold the, you know what I'm saying, you can't hold on to them forever. So, yeah, that was that. You'll see more. I'll talk about more of Yolanda later. I like to go in order just because that's how I remember the episodes. So, like, I like to go in order, because if I lump things in and just try to talk about one person and then go to the next person, I'll forget everything. So, I like to go in order. Anyways, what was I talking about? Brandy. So the next scene, you see Brandy. She's meeting with her lawyer at the coffee shop or whatever, and I guess basically she's talking about her ex-husband Eddie Cibrian is, I guess, I feel like I got a popcorn stuck in my tooth. I was just like my husband popping popcorn. Anyway, so she's saying that her ex-husband Eddie Cibrian is trying to get money from her, like $180,000 or something. That he's saying that he overpaid her, and he wants to take it, she said, from her retirement account or whatever. And she's like, you know what I'm saying, that's not right. You know, he didn't overpay me. How he overpay me? And I guess he's trying to say he doesn't have any money or whatever. But I mean, isn't he married to Leanne Rimes? She's got, you know, she just had a new album come out. I know she got some money, and I know he got some money too. He's been in a lot of like B and C list movies. He was in that Lifetime movie with Toni Braxton. Was that like last spring or something? And he was in The Best Man Holiday. So, dude, please, you got a little bit of change coming in. I know you're not completely broke. Even though Brandy did admit that they were hood rich when they were together. Like, they were like, you know, basically living paycheck to paycheck. You know, however that works when you're an actor. But she was saying, you know, they didn't have anything in the bank. And, you know, I mean, they just, you know, they were one movie away from being homeless. So, I mean, maybe he doesn't have any money, but Leanne Rimes been in the game a long time. She's got a little change stacked up there somewhere or whatever. But, anyway, so basically, Eddie Cibrian, she's saying, wants to get money back from her because he said he overpaid her. Brandy wants to go to court. Her lawyer's like, I don't think that's a good idea. It's going to, first of all, you're not going to like it because you're going to have to pay me more. Second of all, it's my job to try to work out any, you know what I'm saying, to try to... what did he say? Somehow try to pursue every option before, you know what I'm saying, you know, you go to litigation or whatever, going to court. And it just seemed like she just wants the attention. I'm like, how long is this going to go on? I mean, this is like season 5. She came on probably, I want to say, season 3. So, no, was it season 3 or season 2? So, I think she came on season 3. So, she's been on that show like 3 years. And it's like constantly her ex-husband. First, it was just all about the divorce. Then it was all about Lisa, the chick that worked for Lisa at the restaurant, being his mistress, you know, or somebody he cheated with. And now this season, she's talking about he wants money from her or whatever. I'm like, girl, get a new story, okay? If she's not getting drunk and acting crazy at a party, she's talking about her ex-husband or whatever. So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm kind of over it. I did watch one episode of Eddie and Leanne. Well, you know, I'll talk about that later because I will be talking about that later. That comes up later. Anyways, you move on. You see Eileen. I don't think I'm liking her this season. Well, this is her first season. I think I do like her. I do remember her being Ashley on Young and the Restless when I used to watch soaps, and I like her. She just seems so like laid back. She kind of reminds me a little bit of Yolanda. Maybe it's something about them living in Malibu. I think they both live in Malibu. Maybe Malibu rich people are just a little more cool, a little more down to earth than the, you know what I'm saying, people that live elsewhere in LA. But she just, you know, I just like her. So she was putting together dinner for her boys, the men in her life. Like, she's got, 2 stepsons and her own biological son with her husband. And I guess she raised both of her stepsons since they were, you know, kindergarten, first grade age, something like that. And they've been, you know, in the house with her since then or whatever. So the 2 older ones are in college. I think the one is going into his 2nd year in college. And then the oldest one is going into his last year in college or whatever. So it was like she was just making dinner. It looked like they had a friend over. It was just like a real cool, you know, family dinner. Like, it wasn't all like phony or anything pretentious about it or anything. I don't know. It just seemed really nice and refreshing to see them having dinner. I don't know why. It just did. So I guess the second stepson, I can't think of what his name is. Did I write it down? No, I didn't write it down. Anyways, her second stepson, the middle one, I guess, he ended up taking Gigi, which is Yolanda's oldest daughter, to the prom. And I do remember the scene. They flashed to the scene of when Gigi and Bella were going to the prom, and they showed their prom dates. And I do remember that scene, but of course I didn't know that was Eileen Davidson's son. So I guess they're kind of connected. But it seems like he kind of likes her, and I don't know. She's like this big supermodel now. I don't think she's really giving him the time of day. Plus, I think she was dating who was she dating? A rapper or something? She was dating somebody. And I can't remember who it was. Anyways, yeah, so I don't think he looked a little too green for her. Anyways, but yeah, so they kind of discussed that, and that was pretty much it for that scene. Then Eileen gets up. She's like, well, I'm about to excuse myself. Y'all know what y'all need to do, right? Y'all know the drill. Put your plates away, wash your dishes, do all that good stuff. Okay, yeah, deuces, I'm out. So, anyways, you see the next scene, we're back at Yolanda. She's working with a designer to, like, get the apartment together for Bella. Now, first of all, New York apartments aren't that big. I mean, unless you're living in, like, you know, one of those big brownstones, or, you know what I mean? Or you have, like, multiple floors. The girl's apartment cannot be that big. Why do you need a designer to help you get the furniture together? I don't understand that. Yolanda's just so extra. But you know what? I love it because, hey, if she can do it, she enjoys doing it, she can afford to do it, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why do everything yourself if you don't have to? Hey, I ain't mad. But, but sometimes I'm like, really? But hey, I can't be mad at her. But, anyway, she was just saying how she's gonna pay all of Bella's living expenses for the next year. She hopes that she won't work, but who knows? She will probably model like Gigi did. She said she also paid, you know, the first year for Gigi when she was in school, but now Gigi is like, you know, making her own money. So she was saying hopefully by the time Bella's 21, she'll be, you know, making her own money as well. So, that was pretty much it for that scene. I just didn't understand what the designer guy was. What was he doing? I mean, I guess he had also helped her decorate Gigi's apartment last season when she was going to school. Like, I guess they can't live in dorms because Kyle's daughter is also in an apartment. And we didn't actually see her apartment. We saw the school. We didn't actually see her apartment. But I'm just like, when I went away to school, they discouraged freshmen unless you were living at home with your parents. They wanted you to pretty much be in the dorm. I don't know what kind of school. I guess it's different these days. Like, I don't know. But I know when I was in school, they wanted you to live on campus. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Why do they need apartments again? I mean, I guess they can't be schmoozing with the regular people. I mean, I just don't understand why they need apartments. But anyways, so then you see Lisa Rinna. She's on her way to a movie set. She's doing a movie that her friend wrote and directed and is directing. She's doing it with her husband, and they're actually playing husband and wife in the movie as well. So she's like doing these weird mouth exercises. I guess I didn't realize actors did like mouth and lip exercises, but she's like doing all of this stuff. Like, I guess she said, you know, she had to get her lips loose, and she had to get, you know what I'm saying, get her head voice right, get her regular voice right. She's like, everything has to come out right, so you have to you know what I'm saying, you have to practice before you get there or whatever. Do little vocal exercises before you get on set or whatever. She was just, I don't know, that was kind of weird. So I know she was in her car when she was doing it. I know she pulled up at the stoplight. People looking at her like, what the hell is she doing over there? I'm glad she had all her windows up so nobody could actually hear the sounds that she was making. But anyway, so she was just talking about working with her husband. She was like, it's always weird to work with him. It's kind of like an out-of-body experience because it's her husband, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, they still have like characters that they have to play. So, you know, you can't have that same level of comfort as you would at home or whatever, which I can see that being a little weird, but I think it'll be cool too. I don't know. That might be a little too much though. You may want to work with your spouse. I don't know. It could be kind of cool, I guess. My husband and I used to work in the same building. We actually used to work on the same floor, but we didn't work for the same company or anything. But we did, like, we were able to take lunches together every day. So it was kind of like our daytime. So our daughter was actually really small back then. But anyways, I guess it could be kind of cool, you know, depending on how closely you got to work with them. So back to Yolanda. We're back in New York with Yolanda. Bella, she actually had to go to class while Yolanda was decorating the apartment. So Bella comes back from class and she basically gives Yolanda a card, and it just talks about how sorry she is and, you know, for getting the DUI and embarrassing herself and embarrassing her mom. And, you know, Yolanda's like, you know what, everybody makes mistakes. She tells Bella this. She's like, everybody makes mistakes. I'm 50-something years old, and I'm still making mistakes. So, which is true. Everybody does make mistakes. You know, when I got arrested when I was a teenager for curfew, I didn't get arrested for drinking and driving, but that's a little much. But, I got arrested for curfew when I was a teenager. My mama sure took my phone. Y'all remember y'all used to have the party line, like the little I used to have, like, it was like your own phone line in your bedroom or whatever. I thought I was a stuff back then, and she took my phone for like 2 weeks. But what I would do was, when she would go to sleep at night, I would, like, sneak in her room and take my phone. I had one of those, like, clear phones, so when it rang, it, like, lit up, you know, so you didn't have to have the ringer on and know it was ringing. So I would, like, sneak in her room, and I would get my phone, and I would take it in my room and turn the ringer off, and I would, like, you know what I'm saying, and I would talk on it, and then I would sneak back in her room and put it back, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be taking my phone. What's wrong with you? I love to talk. I need to talk to people. Anyways, but yeah, so, you know, kids, people do make mistakes, but, you know what I'm saying, drinking and driving is never cool. So hopefully she definitely learned her lesson from that, and it won't happen again. Which in New York, I mean, she probably won't be doing too much driving anyway. I know she's gonna be doing some drinking, especially she got the hookup. She got her own apartment. Her girl from back home gonna be there living with her. You know, they gonna be partying. They probably was partying as soon as Yolanda walked up out that door and said bye. Anyway, so in the next scene, you see Brandy. She has, like, some of her friends over, including Kim Richards. Why is Kim and Brandy hanging so tight these days? I don't know. Like, I know they had made up, because I remember, you know, the first season Brandy came on, they weren't the best of friends, and Kim and Kyle were really picking with her, mainly Kim. But, I don't know, they're like ace boons now or whatever, so that's just kind of random and weird. But anyway, so Brandy has everybody over, not all the ladies, only housewife that came was Kim, but she has her other friends that she always has with her. They came over to her house so that they could watch the premiere of Leanne and Eddie's reality TV show. I did watch the first episode of it, and it was so boring, and I'm just like, really? Who wants to see them? I mean, I guess they're capitalizing on, you know what I'm saying, just like Brandy capitalizing on, you know what I mean, all the drama and everything that went on with them. So anyway, so you see them watching the show. Simba, leave me alone. I hate this cat. Anyway, so you see them watching the show and kind of making comments, and they discuss how many times they mention her, how many times they mention Brandy's name. You know, they kind of joke about that. But she basically says that she wants them to do good, because if she does good, if they do good, then her child support can increase. And then she holds up this check saying, like, she's only getting $1,000 a month in child support, and saying that's only like a week's worth of groceries. First of all, that's not a week's worth of groceries. I don't care where you live, $1,000 is way too much for a week's worth of groceries. If you're spending $1,000 on groceries, you are not cooking and you are not buying groceries. You are buying takeout with every single meal. And even then, I don't even know how you can spend $1,000 in a week. I don't know. Where are you eating? What are you eating, girl? Anyways, but yeah, $1,000 is not much. It's definitely not much. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how much money, you know, he has. He is, you know, a B-list actor, but I would think he would be able to give her a little more than $1,000 a month. But at the same time, they do share custody too, so maybe that factors into, ow, move, Simba. So maybe that factors into the amount that she gets or whatever. I don't know. I really don't know how child support works or any of that. Hopefully I won't ever have to find out, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, that was pretty much it with Brandy and that scene. And get out of here. Out. Oh, I hate this dang on cat. I just want him gone. Hold on. Let me put him out really, really fast. I'll be right back, y'all. But anyways, out, Simba, out. I'm closing this door, and you are not allowed to come back in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all. Sorry, I'm back. I hate that cat, and he's gonna knock my camera over. I don't want to knock my camera over. Anyway, so that's it with Brandy. And then in the next scene, you see Lisa Vanderpump again. She's having tea with her husband Ken. It's their 32nd wedding anniversary. Can you imagine being married for 32 years? That's like almost as long as I've been alive. I'm only 35. I'm like, wow. I couldn't even imagine. My husband and I are going on 8 in a few months, and that seems like a damn lifetime. But I mean, we have been together since we were teenagers, so I mean, I guess it is different, but I mean, shit. 32 years is a long time. Hopefully we make it 32 years. We will. Anyways, so then her son Max comes by, and I guess he doesn't even realize it's their anniversary because she tells him, he's like, oh, happy anniversary, you know, whatever. So they just kind of talk about him and his life and everything, and he's talking about how he hasn't had like electricity in 3 months. And Lisa's just like, she's not going to give him any money to turn his electricity back on. Like, they already paid for him to have a roof over his head. What more does he want? He has a job at their restaurant. And Kim was like, I see you got a new car. And he's like, nah, that's my girlfriend's car. And he's like, they're like, are you on her insurance? He's like, nah, but I don't even have insurance on my car, so it really don't matter. So this is like upsetting Ken. Ken is like getting really upset because, you know, this is his son. It's his son, and he's like, you know what I'm saying, you're a man, you're 22 years old, you're a grown man now, you need to be a little bit more responsible. So Ken just gets up and walks out. He was like, I don't even want to talk to you until you get some car insurance, get your lights back on, and go take your car to get it smoke tested. Now, I'm not sure what smoke testing is, but I'm thinking it's something similar to what we have here in Chicago, which is called an emissions test, where I think they just, I don't know what they do really. They test to see how much exhaust or whatever smog your car is like releasing. I don't know. But anyways, so I'm assuming that's what they mean by smoke test, is something similar to that. Anyway, so yeah, so you know what I'm saying, Ken like, look, I don't even got time to be talking to your ass right now. Dude, just go get life. Go find some business. Get up out of my house. So then him and Lisa just continue to talk, and he kind of compares himself to his sister Pandora. And Lisa's like, you know, well, they work hard, you know, they're starting their businesses, they're working really hard to have the things that they have, and you have to start working hard yourself. You know, if you want to move up in the restaurant business, and you know, you have to start doing, you know, you just have to start being a little bit more responsible. And she was saying in her interview that I guess they had asked her, because you know they always ask them the questions and then they kind of repeat it back. They must have asked her, like, does she think that it's because he's adopted or whatever? And because she ended up saying in the interview, like, well, I don't think it's because he doesn't share the same blood as, you know what I'm saying, myself, Ken, and Pandora. You know what I'm saying? I still raised him. He's just, you know, every child is different. So, you know what I'm saying, you got to treat them, you know, you got to meet them where they are and try to just encourage them to be better. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, but how can you live without electricity for 3 months? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Seriously? And they're in LA. It's hot. Especially in the summertime, which is when I think they were filming this, like in the summer or whatever. It's hot. It's hot in California in the summertime. Anyway, so then you see Kyle and Mauricio. They're discussing Alexia's like allowance, and Mauricio is like $400 a week, and then Kyle is like, well, you know, she's gonna need to get her nails painted, and you know what I'm saying, she's gonna eat, and Mauricio's like, what is it, $10 a meal? And Kyle was giving him the look like, who can eat for $10 a meal? I'm like, well, where are you eating at? You can't eat for $10 a meal. she's a freshman in college. She ought to be lucky to be eating at all, okay? You're supposed to be broke in college. So then they ended up settling on like $1,800 a month. $1,800 a month for a freshman in college that doesn't even have to pay her own rent or any kind of bills or anything. Really? It must be nice, okay? It must be nice. I mean, I hope that when my goal is for when my daughter, when she goes away to college or decides whatever she's gonna do after she graduates from high school, my goal is to be able to set her up like that. You know what I'm saying? Just set her up in the beginning so that it's not so stressful, and you know, then she can go on and start taking care of herself. So I mean, I understand it, but just thinking about, I damn sure wouldn't be giving her no $1,800 a month though as a freshman in college. Are you crazy? No, but I don't even believe it though. I don't believe that Mauricio is gonna get his girl no $1,800 a month. I just think they was playing that up for the cameras, because he ended up saying, like, as they were getting ready to move into another scene, he did say, I think that's kind of a lot or whatever. So I don't know, we'll see. But Mauricio just basically says he's not as concerned with Alexia going away to school as Kyle is. He's like, she may not be completely prepared, but she'll figure it out. That's what everybody does. I mean, who's prepared to be a grown-up? Not this one. I sure wasn't. And, I had never cleaned the toilet. I barely washed clothes. Like, I didn't do that kind of stuff growing up, but, I figured it out because wasn't nobody else gonna do it. So it gets done, you figure out how to get it done. The next scene you see, it's not really much in this next scene. Lisa Rinna, she looks like she's preparing for a jewelry show that's for breast cancer charity or something like that. She says that her mother as well as her sister both had breast cancer and beat it. My mother actually beat breast cancer last year, so she was just saying that charity was near and dear to her heart, and I can understand that. So she's basically having this jewelry party to raise money for the charity or whatever, and then she gets ran out of her backyard by a bee. So, like, she was like, this bee was gonna get her. I like, girl, that bee is not thinking about you. She was like running, they're right here. Oh my God, I can't see her. Oh my God, here comes the bee. But you know what? I don't like bees either, but yeah, she was acting a bit crazy. And then she was saying, like, she didn't know if, some of her friends would want to buy the jewelry because it's not, diamonds, not real diamonds, it's not real gold or whatever. I'm assuming it's something like Leah Sophia type. These are Leah Sophia earrings. I love me some Leah Sophia. It's a little pricey for fake jewelry, but at the same time, you get a lifetime warranty. So if they start to rush, you just send them back in with their receipt. But she was just saying that, some people I guess can be a little funky about that, but I think that even rich people wear costume jewelry from time to time, You don't always have to have 10 carats on your fingers or on your arms or wrists or whatever. So hopefully her charity event turns out nice whenever they have it. Hopefully no fighting happens. But I think that next episode there's going to be a fight, and I'm thinking it's at Eileen's charity thing. Anyways, I mean not Eileen, Lisa's charity thing. Lisa Rinna. Anyway, so the last scene that you see, one of the last scenes you see is Eileen and her saying goodbye to her oldest stepson. Her husband is about to drive him back to Texas so that he can complete his last year in college. And, she's not all over dramatic about it as, I guess because he's going into his last year, so she's probably, used to him being gone. But she says the house does get quieter and quieter as the kids leave, and she's like she's gonna miss them or whatever. They're growing up, but she didn't really seem that bothered by it. But she still has like a young son too at home. He's only like 9 or 10, so she got a while to go before she's completely an empty nester. But then she shares her experience of being like in a blended family. She talks about how the oldest son, the one that's going into his last year in college, was really close with his dad when Eileen got with him, and she said she felt like maybe he felt a little threatened by her in the beginning, but of course she raised him and from like 8 or 9 years old, so they love each other now and they have a good relationship. But she said it was definitely some growing pains that they had to go through as a blended family. So I appreciate her sharing that. You know, I'm not in a blended family, but I do appreciate her being honest about the experience, you know, because some people are like, oh, this is so great, they just love me. As soon as I met them, they just fell in love with me. No, they didn't. Them kids didn't like you. Anyways, last thing you see Kyle, she's saying bye to Fair. She's saying bye to Alexia. She's crying, boo-hoo, and acting like this girl is going to war or something. I'm like, did she join the dang Marines? Like, what is going on? Is she about to go? I don't know where she thought this girl was going. Like, she's only going to college. She's like, boo, she's just crying. Like, it's like she's never going to see her again or something. You know, but, you know, and even Mauricio gets a little teary-eyed. Like, of course, he's not boo-hooing like her, but they kind of hug after he walks Alexia to the car and she leaves. You know, him and Kyle hug and have a little moment. It was cute. They're gonna miss their little girl, their daughter, but is it that serious, Kyle? I mean, she was just so extra. I mean, I've seen a couple of seasons of parents on these housewife shows sending their kids away, and I have never seen anyone boo-hoo like that because their daughter was going to college. So I'm thinking that she's gonna probably be taking a lot of visits to Arizona. Anyways, so that was the end of this episode. That was it for Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 5, Episode 9. Next week looks like it's going to be a fight. Like I said, I don't know. I'm thinking it's Kyle, Kim, and Brandy are in some kind of fight. And I don't know what goes down, but it looks bad. So we shall see what happens. I don't know what was going on Watch What Happens Live because I didn't watch it. So I don't know what happened. I don't know which one of the Beverly Hills Housewives was on. Anyways, yeah. So like I said, that's it. That's the end of this episode. I'm about to go upstairs, watch Blackish with my daughter. She loves that dang show. So I'm about to watch Blackish with her and put her to butt to bed. And I'm about to go to bed, get ready for work tomorrow. So until next time. Stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned to Mika Chanel Is Just Saying. Bye-bye.